talk about a courageous voice, American Conservative Union board member, Gordon Chang, and his wife, Linda. Get ready. American Conservative Union board member, the incredible Tracy McFarland. And also welcome their daughter, Rising Star, Florida State Representative Fiona McFarland, and her husband, Matthew Donald Phillips. That's a whole lot of McFarlands. Vice Chair of the American Conservative Union, Charlie Jerome. Fox Nations. Here comes the judge, Janine Pirro. The man who has single-handedly already won in court against this Biden administration, Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton. Right here. It is a confusing stage. The former governor of Arkansas, maybe you know him, Mike Huckabee. And you know, this is CPAC. We go the extra mile. One Huckabee ain't enough. Former White House press secretary, and I don't want to jinx it, but the next governor of Arkansas. You might as well keep hearing. We got the governor of South Dakota, Christy Noel. Oh my gosh, a true American hero, the founder of the American Cornerstone Institute, Dr. and Secretary Ben Carson. Oh, we have a last minute situation. Well, all right then. Sure. I suppose, yeah, why not? Corey Lewandowski! Carl Herbster and Ronnie Jackson. They're on the poster. Thank you for coming out. Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming out. All right. Gosh, you hope we forgot. I think that's it. No more posters, right? You got them? Oh, let's go slap it, right? Can you please thank this incredible, courageous couple? The chairman of the American Conservative Union, Matt Schlepp, and Mercedes Schlepp. He was certainly very quickly. All righty. supposed to ask for another round of applause for our distinguished guests, but I think we did. But we are going to have to get back on our feet because it's time to rise. Welcome. Art and Ally will ask God for a blessing on this evening, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by David Melka and the singing of our national anthem by Amanda Head.
Y'all hear me? So Mark couldn't make it, so I'm going to say prayer. If y'all weren't here, first day of CPAC, I did prayer then. Today. My name is David Malka. I'm an Orthodox Jew, South Florida community. And so one of the most important prayers in the Jewish faith is called the Shema. We say it every morning, we say it in the afternoon, and we say it at night. I'll say it in Hebrew first and then translate it to English. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Hashem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Vahed. It translates to, hear this, Israel. The Lord is our God, and the Lord is one. May his kingdom last forever and ever. And now I will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey everybody, I'm Amanda Head. I'm not going to wear a mask to save. Seeing for my supper, apparently supper is not wearing a mask. So I come from California, so this is a new feeling for me. Oh, sit and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets the most thirsty gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and above the brave?
Take it out for a Cuban. That's it for anyone watches the NBA. Yeah, okay, do you notice anything different? So, oh my God, my glasses are fogging up, I guess it's gonna happen. All right, so here's the thing. I just got a text message from a pretty big celebrity. Anthony Fauci. Apparently, I am not following the protocols. But now I'm wearing a mask. Now I know what you're thinking, and I texted this back to Tony. I said, Tony, I'm like 40 freaking feet away from everyone. And I thought the CDC guidelines said you only have to wear the mask if you can't avoid social distancing. And he said, I know, but you're setting an example. You ever notice, this is my favorite thing about a Nancy Pelosi press conference with the Democrats in the House. Have you ever noticed this? So they're all standing back here with the mask, right? They're all wearing the mask, okay? And half of them are like, right? So they're all wearing the mask here. And then when it's time to talk, they come up to the shared microphone that they're all using, and they're spilling, and they're kvetching, and they're salivating, and they're getting everything. Then they take the mask off for the spinning part of the press conference. And then when they're back here, and there's no one near them, and they're not saying anything, they're like, you know, Anthony Hopkins, and the whole thing with the silence and the deal, right? So anyway, I reached an agreement with Tony, and he said, listen, you're setting an example, and people are watching on television. And I said, television? They're not paying me enough for this shit. But how you talk to Tony, he gets it. He said, listen, if you can just wear the mask when you come up to the podium, you're setting an example, and then you can take it off to talk, so that you don't hyperventilate, and then Carson has to come and save your life. So, there we go. That is literally the first time in my life my face has got applause. So my job here is to sort of make you laugh and be stupid and dance right up to the line to get Matt Schlapp in trouble. Sometimes cross the line. Sometimes leap over the line like Carl Lewis in the Olympics. There's no line of that. But today is kind of different, and I do want to take a few moments, if I could, to speak from the heart. And here I forgot my water, and I know I'm going to get choked up because I am a conservative talk radio host. And yeah, well, don't plug me, because 33 years ago there wasn't such a thing. And I'm only here because Rush Limbaugh started it all. And it's funny, I try to we all emulate Rush. By the way, any talk radio host says, well, I do my own thing, I don't do what Rush does. They're lying. We are all doing or trying our damnedest to do 1/3 or 1/10, or in my case, 1/100th of what Rush does. But one thing I do try to emulate that Rush does is that he does it all without a script. He never reads unless he tells you he's reading an article that someone else wrote. And so that's what I do when I do my show. And I don't want to leave this moment to chance, so I actually wrote some things down because it's too important to me. If you think about it, in 2009, we had lost a devastating election. We had lost, the House was dominated by Democrats, 256 seats. The Senate had 59 seats. They got 60 when Arlen Specter did his, thing. And it was a dark, dark time for Republicans and the conservative movement, frankly, much darker than where we are right now, my gosh. And so who did CPAC call to rally the troops? Who did CPAC call in 2009, right after that election, weeks after Barack Obama was sworn in as president? Who did they call to say, we got to get our heads straight and we got to figure out who we are and where we're headed? CPAC called Rush Limbaugh. And ever since election day, and ever since we had another devastating loss, we've all been wanting Rush. We've all been wanting to hear Rush. I told you I'm a conservative talk show host, but I'm actually a little more privileged than that, actually. My show is on from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on WMAL in Washington, D.C., Rush's longtime home for over 3 decades. In other words, I inherit Rush Limbaugh's audience every day. I recognize that anyone who listens to me on the radio was really listening because they were listening to Rush and they forgot to change the channel. So he has affected my life deeply. But more than that, I'm a conservative in the United States of America who remembers the moment I heard Rush Limbaugh the first time in my life. I remember the car I was driving. I remember the street I was driving on. And from that moment on, I had this person who was not only crystallizing and articulating the thoughts that I already had in my head. I knew what I believed. I knew who I was. But I thought I was alone. And I certainly saw nobody in the media, on television or on radio or in print writing, that could articulate it with a smile and a laugh and that all-important mockery of the people who call us the worst names in the world. So as a conservative in this country, he changed my life. But more than a talk radio host and more than a conservative American, I'm just an American. And Rush Limbaugh every single day reinstilled in me the pride and the love and the passion for this country and our ideals and our values and our founders and everything we have been, everything we should be, and everything we're damn well going to be every single day. And I know this is gonna be blasphemous, all right? Ronald Reagan was the great communicator, right? He was the great communicator. We always called him the great communicator. Rush Limbaugh communicated 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, because even he got some vacation, for 32 years, without notes, without a script, without a do-over, without a take two, usually without a guest to interview. I mean, if Ronald Reagan was the great communicator, Rush Limbaugh was, is, and always will be the master communicator for our nation. And so, as much as I love to have fun at this dinner, and as much as I love to make you laugh and sort of have a good time, and we are going to have a good time. My life, like your life, was shook 10 days ago. When we were listening to the program and we heard Catherine, the second I heard her voice, I started to cry, and I know you did too. And that day on the program, whatever the news stories were, we took them all off. We took phone calls for 3 hours of people eulogizing Rush, remembering Rush. Think about what I just said. I remember the moment I first heard this man, the car I was driving. You do too. Do you remember the first time you ever heard Rush Limbaugh? Is there anyone else in media, film, television, anything where you can pinpoint that moment? And he had a 30-year career? Come on. So I'd like to take a moment, and if you could bring me my glass out, because I can't believe I forgot my glass of water. I'm sorry. Thank you. Because I would like to get our dinner started the only way we can. I'll pretend I have a drink. I'm an actor. Oh, thank you. Look, I knew it. Mercy's the best. Oh, thank you. And I promise this is water. At least it is. As we begin our dinner, could we please take a moment and raise our glasses and toast the greatest of them all, the most indispensable, simply the best, El Rushbo to Rush Limbaugh. Viva Rush. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your dinner.
De este tiempo, yo voy a estar un poco ausente, lo que quiero que ustedes disfruten de este gran evento. Las cenas sigan empujando por el CPAC, que es el movimiento de organización más importante y más grande, creo yo, del mundo de conservadores, y donde el día de mañana va a estar el presidente Pensé que iba a haber una sorpresa hoy día, no hay sorpresa, pero mañana sí va a estar aquí el presidente, así que nada, pude ver a algunos amigos, sabía que iba a haber algunas personas que quiero mucho, estuvo por aquí Sharon, también estuvo una activista muy importante en Broward County, donde yo viví por 8 años, what's the last name? Last name?
What is his last name?
And what's his name?
Black Twin?
Oh, last name.
Black Twin, Black. Everybody spells it wrong.
Sí, hay muchísima gente que lo conoce, tengo muchísimas fotos por ahí con él, así que y mañana voy a compartir las bonitas que voy a sacar hoy día. Y nada, feliz y no sé cuándo empieza esto y no quiero dejarlo sin que ustedes estén mirando. Así que los dejo, yo sé que es muy tarde, por allá no es tan tarde, son las 9:15 en Bolivia recién, pero bueno, es sábado y nada. Es grande, veo ahí que hay bastantes mensajes, pero no sé ni siquiera qué es lo que dice. Déjenme leer un poquito. Y dice, o bueno, una persona que está buscando un poco de ayuda, no sabemos quién es, pero nada. Disfruten del evento, de lo que puedan ver y como les digo, no lo quiero cortar en caso de que tenga, que aparezca nuevamente lo que va a ser la entrevista y lo que viene. Así que nada, no sé.